Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video I'm coming to you with 15 of what I think are some of the best summer fragrances that you can have. So for me, I think I have one of the most elite summer fragrances that anybody could have. I've been curating this collection since at least last summer. So let's go ahead and see what I have. Now this list is in no particular order. The only order that I have it in is that I wanted to talk about my fragrances that I have in 200 ml or more first, just because that was one of my goals when I started finding summery or citrus based fragrances that I wanted to wear for the summer, and I tend to go through a lot of it. So 200 ml at least I think is a good amount to have to at least have for any significant amount of time. So I wanted to talk about those first. The first one I want to talk about is from the house of Hermes, and this one is called Eau de Rhubarbe Ecarlate. This is a 200 ml bottle. The only thing about Hermes and their 200 ml bottles is that they come with sprayers. So once you put the sprayer on, then the cap doesn't fit on, so it would just be a bare sprayer. That's one design of the bottle that I don't like, but I do like these 200 ml bottles. I just wish the sprayer was attached to it. Eau de Rhubarbe Ecarlate was released in 2016. This one, actually, the listed notes don't have any citruses, but it does have a citrus type of vibe because it has that bite sourness of the rhubarb. This one has rhubarb, red berries, lantana, and white musk. This is a gorgeous summer scent. This is one I had to get in a 200 ml bottle. It's one that I've wanted for a while. The other one that I'll mention on this list is probably my favorite, but this one would be my second favorite. Moving on. The next fragrance I want to mention is from the house of Louis Vuitton. This one is considered an aromatic fruity fragrance, and this one was my most recent summer fragrance pickup, one of my most recent ones. This one also is in a 200 ml bottle, and this one is Pacific Chill. Pacific Chill, if you've watched my channel at all, you know this is one of my wish list fragrances, and this is just a gorgeous, super sweet, fruity fragrance. It does have the citruses in it. Pacific Chill was released in 2023. This one has citron, orange, lemon, mint, bergamot, apricot, and then in the base it has fig and dates. I remember one of my colleagues sprayed it. I brought him a decant so that he could smell it, and that was my first time smelling it off of somebody, and that's when I got that almost bubblegummy, really fruity type of feel from it, more so than the citruses. And it's just a really fun, one-of-a-kind type of summer scent, one of that I've wanted for a long time. This is my very first Louis Vuitton fragrance, so this one is one that I'm happy to finally have in my collection. Moving on. The next fragrance has been a staple in my summertime collection for a while, but this is a brand new 200 ml bottle, and it's from the house of Dior, and this one is Dior Homme Cologne. This is the 2022 version, so usually the last one had the, I believe, the information on the bottom. This one is actually backwards. So it would go this way. So this is a 2022 version. It smells exactly like the original one. Again, this one was released in 2022. It has the same 3 notes listed, which are bergamot, grapefruit, and white musk. This is just a great staple fragrance. It's affordable. If you really like citrus type fragrances, this one has a classiness to it that I do like a lot. And I had to have this one in a 200 ml bottle as well. Moving on. Fourth fragrance I want to mention that's in a 200 ml bottle is from the house of Chanel, and this one is Eau de Cologne. Now, from the batch code, I could tell that this is at least a batch that was released after 2000. So this one was released as far as the 2016 reformulation batch. So it has different notes than the original one. This one says it has neroli, citruses, solar notes, mandarin orange, and bergamot. And this is one of my favorite Eau de Cologne style scents. It's a great one. It's the only Les exclusive that I have that I've gone through this much of it. The majority of the fragrances on this list are going to be citrus aromatics, unless I state them otherwise. This is one I don't think that if your budget doesn't call for it, it's not one that you absolutely have to have. But if you can come across it on a good deal, if somebody's selling it on eBay, it's a beautiful Eau de Cologne style scent. It does have a uniqueness to it. You know, it's way better than something like a 4711. Let's move on to the next one. And this next fragrance is the last fragrance that I have, and 200 ml or more. This is one that I had wanted for a while, just trying to hunt it down because it is discontinued. And this one is from the house of Mugler, and this one is Mugler Cologne. So this is a 300 ml bottle. I've decanted 100 ml out of it, so I have about 200 ml left in this. This is a splash bottle. This particular box did not come with a sprayer, so I just decanted it into a spray bottle. This is a pretty generic, like citrus type of scent. It's not something that I believe needs to be hunted down, but it is an elite summer style scent, which is why I have this on this list, and that's why I want it in a bigger bottle. I wouldn't have bought it in a 100 ml bottle or not. This has neroli, bergamot, petitgrain, orange flower, and musk. And Mugler Cologne was released in 2001. But this one, it's a great one. It's a great one. Moving on. So now we're down to the 100 ml bottles. These are all some of my favorite fragrances. These are ones that I hope to wear all summer long. This one was my grail summer scent. I just wanted it so bad for the longest time, and I did wear this one today as of shooting. And this one is from the house of Profumum Roma. This one is Acqua Viva. This is one of the best lemon citrus fragrances that you can get. These Profumum Romas come with this extremely high oil content in them. Even in the box they'll give you a little vial which will have a roller ball on it, because you can roll it on, and you can also rub it together because of the high oil concentration in this. Now, Acqua Viva was released in 2006, and this one has Amalfi lemon, cypress, and cedar as some of the notes. This is just one I really wanted for the longest time. I got a little bit of discount on it, so I finally got it in my collection. Moving on. This next fragrance comes from the house of Gutal Paris, formerly known as Annick Goutal. This one is the predecessor to Acqua Viva. They smell quite similar, except this one is a lighter version, and this is Eau d'Ardente. Now, these particular bottles, this is the masculine bottle. There is a feminine bottle that you can buy as well, but they both come in 100 ml. Another beautiful lemon forward citrus scent. I'd say between oranges and lemons, I tend to lean more towards lemons as far as my favorite note in summertime fragrances. Again, this one was released in 1980. This one has Sicilian lemon, citron, cypress, grapefruit, aldehydes, orange, and ylang ylang. I don't get much of like aldehydes or anything from it. Again, it's another like gorgeous citrus forward scent. It is lighter than Acqua Viva. It is slightly more complex than Acqua Viva because that one is just like straightforward, like a little bit of lemons and woods. But I love this scent. If the price of Acqua Viva doesn't go for you, then I would go for this. But just know that it won't last as long as Acqua Viva does. Moving on. Speaking of oranges, this is my favorite orange summertime scent. Orange Forest has the most realistic orange peel and rind note that I've ever smelled. I do not have it open at this time because the open bottle that I had, I ended up selling to one of my colleagues. And this one is from the House of Premier Note. This one's called Orange Calabria. I've had one brother comment a couple times on the videos. He's the only person I've heard that has this one. It's like the most realistic orange scent that you can get. I'm glad I got this on a deal. I actually have 2 bottles of this unopened, so I'll be busting this open to get it going for this summer. There's no release date on this one. It has bitter orange, Brazilian orange, petitgrain, jasmine, orange blossom, heliotrope, and sandalwood. But when you get that first blast, there isn't a more realistic orange smell that I've ever smelled in a fragrance besides this one. So if you like oranges in your summertime scents, you should definitely try to check out Orange Calabria. Let's keep it moving. Next fragrance is the fragrance I put on my fragrance, 10 fragrances for life. This is again from the house of Hermes. This is Eau de Pamplemousse Rose. I do have the the Pamplemousse Concentrate, which is the Eau de Toilette version. This is the Eau de Cologne. It is a great, beautiful citrus fragrance, a grapefruit fragrance, and this one only has 3 notes, which are grapefruit, rose, and orange. In it is one that I have to keep in my collection. It's my favorite Eau de Cologne style Hermes, and this is something that I believe all of these, but especially this, is an elite summertime scent. Moving on. Next up, from the house of Dior, this is one I raved about last year, and this one is Sauvage Cologne from the house of Dior. This one I still love. It's one of the longest lasting citrus-based fragrances that I have in my collection. I do have a backup bottle of this. This one's about halfway finished. And Eau Sauvage Cologne was released in 2015. This one has bergamot, grapefruit, orange, hedione, petitgrain, vetiver. And you can get the vetiver in it. It has a slight peppery feel in it, but for me, it's always all about the citruses. Summertime scents to me is citrus. I really don't veer too far out of that. Instead of just naming this a citrus list, I'm just going to call it my summer list, because this is what I gravitate towards in the super high heat. I live in Kuwait right now. It's already 80. That's why I would not do a spring list, because there is really no spring here. This is summertime, and it's like 80 degrees right now. But for this one, I still love it. I look forward to wearing this summer. Even though I do have about 150 ml of it left, this is something that I would repurchase it, even though I did hear that it has been discontinued. Let me know in the comments if you know that that's true or not. Moving on. This next fragrance was one that I was trying to hunt down. It's probably my second fragrance that I purchased used before. I found it on eBay, and this one is from the house of Ecarlate. I think this is the best from the house, and this one is called Poeme de Sagano. This is a beautiful bamboo citrus scent. This one has bamboo, yuzu, grapefruit, bergamot, eucalyptus, and it was released in 2018. After I purchased this one pre-owned and had it shipped to me, my guy here got some in. This comes in a 70 ml bottle. I do have a backup bottle of it in a 70 ml. I believe that they discontinued the 70 ml bottles in all of her fragrances, and now they come in 100 ml bottles, but they also are at a higher price. For example, this Poeme de Sagano is selling on Lucky Scent for $300, which is crazy. So when I saw he had the deal, a good price on getting another bottle of it, I couldn't turn it down. This one with the bamboo and the citrus in it, it's a winner for me, and I don't have another one that smells like this one, except I did have one, but I ended up selling it to my friend. Since I have 2 bottles of this, I let him have my brand new bottle of Eau de Cologne Zest de Soleil. So if you want something that is less expensive than this, but a very, very similar smell. This one is an Eau de Parfum concentration. I believe the Cartier one is at least an Eau de Toilette. I would go for that Cartier one. That one is discontinued, but I bought it off of eBay. I ended up getting one from my colleague. We ordered it on eBay. It's still available. It was around $100. This one I paid like $140 or something for. Not the used bottle, but the brand new bottle. But again, the new 100 ml bottles are going for $300, but this one is definitely elite. Moving on. Back to the house of Chanel. This is my favorite from the Les Eaux collection, and this one is called Paris Deauville. The only other one that I would get would be Paris Biarritz, but I haven't been able to get it for a deal, and with the price increase, it went up significantly, about $50. So I'm still waiting to get a deal on maybe getting Paris Biarritz in it, but I was able to get the sample set, which had all of the Les Eaux fragrances in it, and me and my friend were testing them. He likes Paris Biarritz. I told him I still like Deauville more. I have at least one other bottle of this in my collection. These are 125 ml. Beautiful scent. The Les Eaux line was released in 2018. This one has basil, lime, orange, bergamot, petitgrain. It's considered a cheaper fragrance for some reason, maybe because it has patchouli in it. And this is one of the most classy, elegant citrus fragrances that you could get. These are all Eau de Toilette concentrations and Eau de Toilette style. This one I would have put on my 10 fragrances for life had I not wanted to have so many fragrances from Chanel on it, or wanted a more diverse list. But if you haven't tried out Paris Deauville, do check it out. Moving on. Next fragrance, I'm going to try to pronounce it. It's the first one I purchased from the brand, even though I've since bought another one. This one is called Escale de Indonésie, and this is from the house of Les Indemodables. And here it is again, Escale de Indonésie. I've gone through quite a bit of it. This is their Eau de Cologne style. Eau de Colognes, and also Eau de Cologne style fragrances. So they come in 100 ml bottles. I believe there's only 2 of them. There's one that's a Haiti one. I believe it's a vetiver forward one. This one, I believe they say it's either 95 or 98% natural, which means it does have natural ambergris in it. So it has ambergris, bergamot, lemon, neroli, jasmine, and sandalwood. This is another more unique take on the on like a citrus forward fragrance, on a citrus aromatic fragrance. This one may not be for everybody, but if you're into having natural ingredients in it, having a little bit of that salty ambergris along with it, then this is one you might want to check out. The whole line, they use great ingredients in it. That's what they're known for. So this one I had to pick up. Moving on. The next fragrance is a limited edition fragrance. I believe it was for their anniversary. I'm not sure how many years it was, but this one is the cologne version of Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne, but this one is Eau de Cologne. So if you see that bottle, so this is the cologne version of Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne is still available, but this is a limited edition. This is by Parfum d'Impère, and this is another citrus aromatic. This one has bitter orange, mandarin, bergamot, bay, myrtle, frankincense, immortelle. So this one isn't just citruses. It has other things going on. I do want to spray it because I haven't smelled it in a while, but this one I had to get. This is something that that will have you smelling a little bit different, like the previous one I just mentioned. But again, this one is limited edition. It's the Eau de Cologne style of Eau de Cologne from Parfum d'Impère. Moving on. And the 15th fragrance I want to mention in my elite summer fragrance collection is none other than Aventus Cologne from the House of Creed. This is my actual most recent purchase. I had to wait on this one to come in the mail. I did own Creed Aventus Cologne before, but I got a tester bottle, of course, for a good price, but it didn't have a cap on it. I was searching around the souk looking for a suitable cap. I couldn't find one, and it just bothered me to no end, so I sold it. Now, so I got this one in. I did get it at a discount. Aventus Cologne is something that I just wanted to have in my summer rotation. It's not my favorite summer scent. If it's your favorite summer scent, please let me know. But Aventus Cologne was released in 2018. This one has mandarin orange, vetiver, patchouli, musk, tonka bean, and styrax as some of the notes. And this one does, for me, has some of the Aventus DNA. It does have that birch in it. It doesn't have pineapple. It doesn't have pineapple listed, but you do still get that vibe from it. And it's just one that I felt like I wanted to have as a staple in my my elite summer collection. So there you have it, guys. Those are 15 fragrances that I believe make my summer collection an elite one. I'm sure that some of these fragrances are also in your collection, but are there any that you would want to suggest for me? I know Aventus Cologne would have popped up, but what else do you think makes your summer fragrance rotation or fragrance wardrobe an elite one? Because I certainly think mine is. I can't wait to like just bust these out. Right now I'm still like working. I'm not on like summertime vacation, so I go into like a an air conditioned environment, so I'm not breaking these out as of yet. So just please let me know in the comment, have you tried some of these that I've listed? What are some other ones that you think are just absolute summer stunners? Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.